So the big question is this: how do you lose all the weight that you want and actually keep it off for the rest of your life, while trying to make sense of all the noise that comes from the weight loss industry? That is the question. And this podcast will give you the answers.
G'day guys, and welcome to the next episode of the Weight Loss Secrets Podcast. My name's Baron Grant and I'm wrapped to have you with me for another day, another tip, another trick, another idea, something that you're going to be able to go away with and make a change so that you can lose all the weight you want and keep it off for the rest of your life. And today I'm going to be talking about dark chocolate, but before I do, I need to mention ditchingthediet.com. Head there if you want to grab hold of my new book, you want to jump on and get on one of my programs. I can help you on your journey, or book a call with me and I'll help you even more. We can chat over the phone and talk about where you're at and what changes you need to make to get to where you want to be. All right, dark chocolate. Now, I often say it's going to be a short one. I never want these podcast episodes to be much over 10 minutes, really, 10 to 15 at the very, very most. But today's going to be a little shorter because the topic I want to talk about, I'm not going to go into granular detail or anything like that, but I just want to talk about it generally, and that is dark chocolate. I talk to so many people about dark chocolate, and particularly a lot of women that I speak to tell me about why they eat dark chocolate and how healthy it is for them, how great it is, but without a lot of the time taking into account or consideration the actual calories that are in that chocolate. So with that said, let's talk about some of the benefits that people talk about when it comes to dark chocolate. So it's a good source of fiber. That's what people say. That's, lots of studies say. And I'm not saying that these studies are inaccurate, so don't think I'm bagging on these studies. However, I will say you can find good stuff in anything, so dark chocolate is a good source of fiber, it's a good source of iron, it's a good source of magnesium. However, you can get, if you want to get some more fiber, you're probably in a better choice would be to eat some broccoli, some berries, some crunchy veggies. If you want to get some more iron in, then you probably want to look more at, you can get some red meat in, or you can get some seafood or some dark leafy greens. Or if you want to go some magnesium, then you can get that from your spinach or your avocado or some salmon. Not too much avocado because it's pretty high in calories, but you can get all this stuff that is magically, you can't see my hands, but magically in your piece of dark chocolate in other things. You can get it in other things. And this is where I hear the discussion all the time about coffee, which I haven't actually done one about coffee yet. I'll do one about coffee. But people are like, oh, it's got great stuff in it, and da-da-da-da-da, and they want to drink coffee. We can make a case to eat anything that we want. And I don't want you to make the case to eat dark chocolate, because you can get the good stuff that I've just mentioned in everything else that actually comes straight out of the ground. And so that is a better way to get all of those, whether it be antioxidants or different, iron and magnesium, all that sort of stuff. There's other stuff as well, but you can get all that stuff in lots of it is in veggies or in just really healthy food that doesn't come out of a packet, first off. So that's the argument for dark chocolate. And some people think when they're eating dark chocolate, they say to me, I say, tell me what you eat for the day, and they'll tell me, the travel log of what they eat for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and they say, and I have dark chocolate, as if it's better to have dark chocolate than not have it. So first and foremost, it's better not to have it because it's pretty high in calories. And even we're talking 70% dark chocolate. So I want to do a comparison so that we put it back into perspective, because the thing I say to people all the time on the phone is dark chocolate will get you just as fat, just a little slower than milk chocolate. So it's not like it's this miracle thing, and that it's certainly not going to help you lose weight or maintain weight or anything like that. There are some properties in it that are good with the pure elements of the cocoa, but it's not great to be taking it all the time. That's what I'd say. So let's just look at a little comparison. If we look at Cadbury, so you go get 4 squares of a Cadbury block of chocolate. That is 25 grams of chocolate. All right, those chocolate squares will add up to 134 calories. So we're talking milk chocolate here, Cadbury milk chocolate, 134 calories in 25 grams. Okay. Now granted, that is higher in sugar than what the equivalent is in dark chocolate. So let's look at the dark chocolate option. If we just look at Lindt, that's a one that I hear all the time from people, the 70% dark chocolate. That is 112 calories for 20 grams. So we're talking 5 less grams of chocolate and it's 112 calories. So they're pretty equivalent from a calorie perspective. You add the extra 5 grams on, I haven't done the maths, but it would go up to close to 120 grams, somewhere around there, 120 calories. So it's very close from a calorie perspective. The difference is it is lower in sugar, but higher in fats. So that's where the main difference from a calorie perspective is held. Now, fats we know don't turn to fat as quickly in our bodies, but you're still consuming a large amount of calories for a very tiny little thing. You know, you're talking 20 grams of something that's a decadent snack, but we've got to be careful on those choices that we're making every day, because all of those choices make a big difference to our weight every single day. You know, when we look at it, let's be really honest, most people don't eat 20 grams of chocolate when they eat it. They might eat 20 grams at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then at 1:15 they might go back to the fridge and eat another 20 grams, and then 2 hours later eat another 20 grams. So you've got to be really careful with those decisions that you're making. So the argument for me is, why do we need dark chocolate at all? All right. So we don't need dark chocolate. And remember, it's just going to make you fatter, just a little slower than milk chocolate. So all I want you to go away with here is the message that we don't need chocolate. Don't look to a man-made substance as a good source of anything, really. Because your better sources of all your nutrients for your body come from the ground. They come from what God has given us on the ground, right? So having it out of a packet always is packed with other stuff as well, but I just want you to keep the calories in perspective. One time I was in the shop as well, and I looked at, everyone was always telling me about dark chocolate, and I'm not a huge chocolate eater. Occasionally I have some, but not that much. And I was looking at 2 packets of scorched almonds. Right now, granted, it wasn't a 70% one, but it was a dark chocolate one versus a light chocolate one. Just these 2 little Cadbury little tubs, both the same size. One had 60 odd grams of sugar per 100 grams, and the other one had 50 odd. So it was 10 grams of sugar less across the thing. Still both terrible for you and not helpful in any way when it comes to losing weight. But the theory always is dark chocolate's better. It's no good for you. So we can polish a turd, it's still a turd. No matter how much we tart it up, no matter how much we can put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. It's no good for you when you're trying to lose weight. Now, if you're at a healthy weight and you're like, I want to get a little bit of this in because I like the taste of it and it's got great stuff in it, that's fine. Go your hardest. But I'm always about, don't convince yourself that it's okay to have this stuff on a weight loss journey because of the properties that are in it. Remember, you have to eat for weight loss and you've got to get your calories down. And when you're eating things that are very high in calories, like dark chocolate is and like light chocolate, like milk chocolate is, they're not great options when you're trying to lose weight. So whether it's dark or whether it's light, don't eat it on your weight loss journey. Save that for later on to have a bit occasionally, but not when you're trying to lose weight. That's the message today. Chat tomorrow.